What I want to do is we're going to dive into hopefully helping you all where you are now and where you want to get to in your recruitment business. And I'm going to give you a little bit of mentorship and help to guide you for free to see how you can scale to the next level and give you some strategies to take away in today's session. First of all, I'm just going to share my screen. So the objective of building a new era agency, we want to make sure that we've got our attraction nailed down. So that's the first pillar that we always try and fix in a recruitment agency is firstly, are we attracting the right type of clients? So do we have a system in place to get clients on demand inbound into our agency? And then making sure we can attract candidates coming into our business as well. Because without these two pillars here, it's very hard to scale a recruitment agency without you, because we don't want to be doing it the old school way where 1 minute we're jumping to try and get lots of clients, lots of leads in, and all of a sudden we haven't got candidates and we need to run and go and get candidates. And it's just a vicious circle consistently trying to go from one to the other. So the main thing that we want to try and make sure that you all build is we call it a client attraction system. And that way and there's a few parts of that which I'll come across. And that's the same with the candidate. So we want to make sure we've got a system for candidate attraction. So both being able to map the market out and also have a consistent way that we're going to get candidates inbound. And that's where it ties into systems, because without systems in our business, we don't have a business. So systems are the lifeblood of every business. And that's one thing I figured out in my agency very early on. I think we're 7 years in my agency now. This year we'll do around about $2 million in perm revenue fees. Highly profitable. We've got a team of 9. I run that remotely in Dubai. As you can probably see in the background, it's me in Dubai. But my business is based in the UK. So we specialize in niche IT recruitment in the north of the UK. Also, we've helped over 320 other recruitment business owners inside our program scale every single niche. So there's no excuse. Every single niche works in every location, as long as you've got the right systems, some automation, and the right type of team behind you. First of all, I want to dive into challenges. So in the chat below, I want to know, what is your number one challenge right now in your business? What are you struggling with the most? Let me know in one sentence or so. If you could wave a magic wand and try and fix one thing that's holding you back, what is that one challenge? So Lindsay, getting candidates quick enough to fill our positions in a super hot market. David is systemize and automate, but I do not see a difference between the two. I'll go over that as David as well. Client and candidate generation for Andy. Chris, automated client generation. Jeff, need to identify new niches and only clients. Getting committed clients. Haroon. Adam, maintaining momentum and pipeline, reducing manual workflows. Yeah, that's where we go from manual to automation. So we'll dive into that. So I think the first thing in terms of the difference between systems and automation is a tool. So these are tools in your stack that go in, automate certain tasks. That might be LinkedIn connections. It might be LinkedIn messages. Might be follow-ups. Might be email campaigns. Those are really the things that are very good at automating. But when you're building systems, so systems are standard operating procedures. So it's not necessarily a system as such, but you're building systems within standard operating procedures. So you'll have systems. So we have systems for how we generate candidates. We have systems of how we engage with candidates, how we follow up with candidates, how we get them across the line. Everything's systemized within our business. So there might be a human element to that. The beauty about building your system is once you've built these systems, you hand them off to a team. So whether you've got a remote team, so you might have remote VAs that can operate a lot of these systems, or you might have your delivery team that is going to be capable of managing these systems. But the idea is removing you away from doing these systems. So once you create the systems in your business, like I don't have to do any of the systems. Most of the business in recruitment can be systemized. It's still going to take a human element as such to deliver it, but it should be a standardized procedure, if that makes sense. Then on top of that, we leverage actual technology systems. So within the systems, there is technology systems that hold a lot of the weight of this. So the difference between systems and automation is the automation is a tool and stack, and then systems are a mixture between actual technology software systems and systemized processes that are managed by either remote teams, virtual, or actual delivery consultants. Andy's struggling with clients and candidates. Chris for clients, Klein for Bethany and qualified candidates. Yeah, so I think most of the business is really structured into two areas. So you've got clients and you've got candidates. And when we boil it down to first principles, these are the two things that when you split it down into a recruitment agency, we've got a lot within clients and a lot within candidates. One thing that we need to do is, I personally think, is like clients are the lifeblood of any agency. Without clients, we don't have any income. So regardless if you have 25 candidates, we have no paying clients, we have no business. So normally the first thing we need to fix is clients. A lot of you might be working active roles now, but it doesn't necessarily mean they're the right type of clients. So is it easy to fill roles? Are they quite hard to fill? Are they going to pay on time? Are they going to move fast in the market? Do they pay well to the candidates? Are they a Dream 100 client? A lot of these factors are broken down when we're first defining our niche and actually mapping out the market correctly. When we're getting clients consistently, we want to have a lead generation funnel. So we want to have a lead funnel where we're consistently reaching out to our client market. When I map a market out with our clients, we normally choose between 2,000 to 5,000 potential clients that we could work with in our niche. And with that, we want to make sure that we're consistently engaging with this audience, because at some point, normally between 1 to 2% of the market is actively looking right now and is open to having your help. But it's all about timing, the message, how we reach out to them, how we follow up with them. So the first thing is like building a lead funnel that is going to get in touch with these clients. Then it's making sure that our message sequence is correct, which is like our follow-ups. Are they automated or manual? And how are you following up? What is the message? And then it's how you convert them. So a lot of agency owners struggle with this conversion piece. That's because they don't have a proven signature sales system. So I walk people through like a signature sales system, which is like firstly like a pitch deck of how we convert that client prospect into signed exclusive or retained. So the idea, we always want to go for exclusive. I normally prefer exclusive over retained, just because I know if we've got 2 weeks to work a job, I know we're going to fill it. But you've got to walk the client through a journey to do that. So you can't just say that you're the same as every other agency. You need to have unfair advantages in the market. And you probably heard the old saying like USPs, but we call them unfair advantages. So we can get some more leverage from that client to sign them exclusive retained. Because it's hard enough getting clients on board, but we need to make sure that we can deliver as well. The first thing we need to do is, like I said, lead funnel. So we need to make sure we've got a mixture between automation and systems to get a constant flow of clients coming inbound. And we can turn it on and off like a tap. So when we've got too many leads coming in, we can turn off that lead flow, and then we can focus on delivery, which is the candidates next. So hopefully that makes sense a little bit around the clients.